Exactly 5 years ago to the day tonight.
The debut of NXT Season 4, internet only once again, and thoughts of what it's going to be like for these next few weeks. Of course, it has been said that WWE have held off some of their better developmental talent for Season 5, which they hope to have a TV deal for. Nonetheless though, more guys were put into that show format once again this week for more obstacle courses, ladder climbing, and occasionally some wrestling.
Yeah, the old NXT. Yeah, I'm glad it's still on. I think the first and the second one were very strong. We did look forward to Season 3 with the rookie divas, but I think we made it about halfway through. I certainly didn't make it past the first 3 or 4 episodes. I've kind of gone back to being a little bit serious about it, with the commentary for 1, and 2 there's wrestling matches, and 3 I just think they got it right on Season 1 and 2, and then they completely fucked it up on Season 3, and now they've gone back to the kind of 1 and 2 deal with the promos and stuff and the funny shit, and it'll probably be shit next week, won't it?
I'm told it was Caitlin who won Season 3, and well, I didn't know that. I recorded the last few episodes, haven't watched them, probably won't. Now, if you're going to get on this, then it's probably a good thing, and I mean that for the guys in this roster, because you're only going to get buried to the internet. The viewership on TV is not going to see this in their mainstream. The majority of people are probably not going to see you until you end up on SmackDown. So it's not a Season 2 situation where, you know, a guy like Lucky Cannon, who probably won't be seen again, he was on Sci-Fi, he was on TV, shown to the world, which was not good when the show tanked.
That's not good for Brodus Clay either. That guy, I'm sure, is going to be worrying about that kind of stuff. But, you know, Lucky Cannon, where is he now?
Where is he? I presume he's still somewhere. Was he released? I didn't hear any mention of it. But where are all those Season 2 guys? They've been so neglected. I thought maybe some of them would appear in various other shows, maybe a SmackDown, even some Superstars stuff. I mean, you know, do something with them. They were on the TV, you know, the others weren't. The Divas and these guys, they're only going to be on the internet, and I think it's interesting to see what they're actually going to do in terms of Season 5 now. Are they going to get a TV deal back, and who's going to be on that next one? Now, of course, in our predictions video, which we posted a few days before WWE posted the official roster of Season 4, we tried our best to predict, and we got just one, and that was Conor O'Brien. Now, we did also mention Johnny Curtis, and in previous videos we talked about many of the other guys that have now made it onto this. But regarding first of all Johnny Curtis, who is being paired up with R-Truth as Pro. Now, Curtis had a clean freak gimmick in FCW, and there's no sign of that whatsoever. I felt his promo was weak, but certainly he was trying his best to get over. Maybe one of the baby faces they want to see go ahead.
I didn't have much hope for Johnny Curtis. He didn't sell anything to me when I watched it. Now, Byron Saxton, on the other hand, I think he'll be one to watch for sure. He's a little bit close to the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson side of things, let's put it that way. But you know, if they can give Otunga that kind of camera time, then I'm sure there's hope for Byron Saxton too.
It was a huge shock actually when I saw Saxton in the lineup, and again I think it's internet fodder here. They really wanted to keep guys like Donnie Marlowe, we assume, who's eventually going to make up the main roster for that next show, and I think this is the best way of telling that Saxton is on the roster. Now, somebody mentioned, I think it was Joey Styles, that he's looking forward to seeing him wrestle, because he's got this physique and he's got this kind of Masters kind of gimmick where he's being pro'd by Masters and then he's the rookie. So it's going to be funny, and it certainly was funny. Of course, Josh Matthews is a little bit annoyed with him. They were paired together with ECW for a while, and I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm not sure either, but I can certainly vouch for that one.
Byron Saxton, a guy who will he have credibility here? Now he's healing it, which is very funny. At least he seems to be, because he's got the kind of cocky thing going on. Now when he cut the promo, I expected him to do very well. He's a guy who uses a mic all the time. I think he kind of was a little bit funny.
Yeah, I think so too. He has a good history in front of a mic, in front of a camera, and I think that side definitely paid off. But strange transition from two completely kind of different things. Well, I suppose they're not really, but
for a long time I expected him to make it to commentary again. I thought that was the only place he was going to be. Now I mentioned Josh Matthews. He's a guy who was in Tough Enough and then made it onto the commentary team, and at that point we kind of knew he was a wrestler, but suddenly it was forgotten about. So I suppose with this internet thing, they can throw Saxton on there. Nobody's really going to see it, because they're certainly not going to put them on Raw.
No. Well, no, they won't. They won't.
They're just too green, aren't they?
Yeah,
that.
but you'd wonder why in the first season they were all over Raw and SmackDown. I think it was getting the show over, though, wasn't it?
It was. They had a TV show to promote, and I think they just haven't cared about it since it's hit the internet. Of course, that famous commentary talkover episode where we could hear all sorts of stuff going on backstage.
How the show was run. Funny shit.
Amazing to think it got out. And also we had Jacob Novak, who's been paired up with Dolph Ziggler. Now,
I like this guy.
Yeah, I actually thought he was pretty good. Now, he's either a young Triple H or a young Greg the Hammer. I'm not sure.
He's for me, I'm seeing bits of Trips, bits of Kendrick, and somewhere a little bit of Drew there as well. So I think that's, some key ingredients for a superstar these days.
He did cut a good promo. I felt the best promo of the lot, and I look forward to seeing what he can do. As regards ring work, well, it was his first match on the big time on TV, and well, he bounced around a lot and did some bumps. Who was he against? He was with Curtis, actually. Those two worked, and probably did work previously in FCW as well, so presumably a good match on paper. I thought it was alright, and Jacob Novak didn't really leave me with a huge impression. More the promo that I found impressive. Now, Derek Bateman, he's a bit of a strange one. Unique character and very well paired with Daniel Bryan. He's been kind of sold as, again, a green wrestler, and you got Daniel Bryan kind of helping him along.
He's hungry for it, Derek Bateman. Very hungry. And I think he put on a good display. Got himself noticed, I think. Overall, those guys, I definitely wouldn't have said it was him, but yeah, I'd pay attention to that guy, I think.
That's right. I think he had a strange mic promo, a little bit intense on the Daniel Bryan side of things. As I said, a bit inexperienced. At least that's what they are showing him to be as a character. So who have we missed there? Now, of course, Brodus Clay we sort of touched on, but formerly Gorilla, I'm not sure, but I know that we've been talking about him for a long time, and we predicted him for season 3.
We did, and obviously he's not a rookie diva, so that didn't happen, but impressive looking guy. Body with a face like that, I mean, you're going to be in trouble for some part. I mean, he's not going to go right to the top no matter what happens, really.
I thought Big Show, and then I thought again, and I thought, well, maybe this is a kind of a, if they're going to push a big guy, it's going to be a Husky Harris these days, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
I heard they asked him to lose 100 pounds, and apparently he did so, and he was very diligent at it. He still looks to be an odd size. He's almost Bastion Booger shape.
If they kept the name, the Brodus Clay name with his name on his t-shirt, and that whole jive, nah. The G-Rilla thing worked.
It did.
It made me go, who is this guy?
What I did like about him actually was when he did his VT, where he was talking about his himself for the kind of NXT video promos. That was good. He sold his character well, and it felt more natural. It felt like you were actually seeing him in that interview mode where he's playing himself, and that's better. Not this fearsome monster heel that perhaps he isn't.
Yeah. But yeah, it's true. But then again, I mean, just the names, Jacob Novak, all of them, Johnny Curtis, who else is there? Even him, Brodus Clay, just guys with names.
Yeah.
You know?
And of course, over the years, we've
Derek
just...
Bateman, I mean, what the fuck is the story with that name, you know?
I think we've just had to get used to it, haven't we? Now that they've sort of said, right, we want every name copyrighted. Nobody's getting through with a name that we can't control. Could be a top heel and generally, I think, a good TV character. I look forward to seeing what they might do with him in the future.
Yeah, he's a bit strange, but I think that's what they're going for. But a good pairing with Alberto Del Rio.
I just noticed the last note I had about that was this Ziggler. Did you see him coming in out of nowhere? It sounded like they hadn't got enough time to plan for it, but he just got on the mic and said, "This match sucks."
Yeah.
Why? What was that about? Are they allowed to do that now?
That was funny though. I do remember, yeah.
The judges can just get up and say, "This match sucks," but we could have gotten
Even
up.
the crowd were like, "What the fuck?
What's going on?" Because it was kind of half. The mic was kind of half on, wasn't it? And I wonder if we did that during Kofi versus Dolph, what would happen?
Oh jeez, yeah.
Would he want that at all?
Probably not.
But I suppose overall NXT Season 4 looks like to be a promising season after a slow Divas Season 3. There are some guys with promise here, and I hope it's not the case that they've held back the best. I hope these guys are the best and that they're still showcasing the best. It's not on TV, but we all still see it. It's on worldwide, and people who are interested go and find it. And I think there's a lot more reason to do that now.
Well, it's good that they're going for a TV deal with Season 5, and if they keep all those really good guys like Donny Marlowe and Seth Rollins in the vault until Season 5 and come back blazing onto TV,